7 Levels of Child Prodigies Explained. Level 1, the trained seal. The bottom of the barrel. These are the kids whose parents decided at age 3 that little Timmy was going to be a concert pianist whether he liked it or not. You can see it in their eyes. They're not making music, they're surviving. Every performance looks like a hostage situation where the ransom is parental approval. If you took a single vocal lesson today, you would be better than everyone here. These kids have been drilled like soldiers. 6 hours a day at the piano, no playtime, no friends, just scales and hand-in exercises until their tiny fingers bleed. And sure, they can play the notes, technically, but there's no music happening. It's just a mechanical reproduction of sounds in the correct order. The parents are always worse than the kids, standing in the wings, mouthing every note, looking more stressed than the child on stage. And the second the performance is over, they're already critiquing what went wrong. These kids either burn out by 13 or they grow up to resent music entirely. You've trained them to perform, not to love music. This is trash. And if you're still with me, hit that subscribe button because we're about to talk about some kids who actually went viral. And trust me, not all of them deserved it. Level 2, the YouTube sensation. These are the kids who blow up online for playing one impressive thing, and then the internet decides they're the next Mozart. Remember Feng Yi, the Chinese kid who went viral playing piano blindfolded at age 3? The internet lost their minds. Child prodigy, genius, Mozart reincarnated. Or Charlotte Summers, the 6-year-old who covered Toxicity by System of a Down on drums. 10 million views, everyone calling her a prodigy. Ellen appearance, the whole thing. They can play the notes, but there's no music happening. Sung Sung, the kid who played Flight of the Bumblebee at age 5, went mega viral. Incredible, right? Except if you actually listen, it's sloppy as hell. But who cares? 42 million views. The problem with being a YouTube sensation is that it's all built on spectacle, not substance. These kids get famous for one thing, and then everyone expects them to keep delivering viral moments. But music doesn't work like that. Most of them fade away the second they're not cute anymore. The views dry up, the bookings stop, and they're left wondering why nobody cares that they can actually play now better than ever. Because the internet never cared about the music. They cared about the gimmick. Level 3, the competition circuit kid. Welcome to the world of junior music competitions, where parents spend thousands of dollars traveling to different cities so their 10-year-old can play the same Beethoven sonatina 47 times in a single year. These kids are professional competitors. They know how to dress, how to bow, how to smile for the judges. They've got their competition pieces down to muscle memory. They learned the mechanics of singing, but forgot to inject any soul into it. You see them at competitions like the Menuhin competition or the Stolberg competition. Same repertoire. Same interpretations, same everything, because they've been coached to play exactly what wins. But here's the thing, competition playing and actual musicianship are two very different skills. These kids learn to play safe. They learn what judges want to hear. They learn to avoid risks because one wrong note means second place. So they develop this very polished, very clean, very boring style of playing. The real tragedy is that competition culture teaches kids that music is about winning, not about expression. Some of them grow out of it and become real musicians. Most of them burn out and quit by college because they never actually learned to love music. They just learned to win. Level 4, the one-hit wonder. These are the kids who peaked early and everyone knows it. Jackie Evancho is probably the clearest example. She blew up on America's Got Talent at age 10 singing opera, signed a record deal, performed for Obama. Everyone said this kid is going to be the next Sarah Brightman. Then she turned 17 and the voice that was impressive at 10 is just okay at 25. Still performing, sure, but she's not exactly selling out Carnegie Hall. When in reality, these singers are decent. That's about it. Or look at Emily Bear, jazz piano prodigy, performing at the Ravinia Festival at age 5, playing with Wynton Marsalis at age 7. The next Mozart, everyone said. She's still playing, but she's not exactly headlining the Newport Jazz Festival. The thing that made her special, being really good really young, disappeared once she became an adult. See, people confuse early development with prodigy level talent all the time. Sometimes kids just hit their developmental milestones earlier than others, and that's fine, but it doesn't mean they're destined for greatness. The one-hit wonders usually have a hard time accepting this. They spent their entire childhood being told they were special, and then reality hits and they're just normal. Level 5, the technical freak. Now we're getting into kids who are actually exceptional at something specific. These are the 12-year-olds who can play faster than most professional musicians. The 9-year-olds who have perfect pitch and can identify every note in a 10-note chord. Alma Deutscher is the perfect example. Kid was composing full operas at age 7. Cinderella premiered when she was 10. Full orchestral notes. Harmonically sophisticated. Technically impressive as hell. but critics argue it sounds like pastiche. Very pretty, very skillful, but not exactly groundbreaking. Umi Garrett was playing Paganini Caprice No. 24 at age 8. That same piece that professional violinists use as a showpiece. They've got technique, they've got emotion, they've got range. Alexandra Dovgan won the Chopin competition for children at age 11. Her technique was unbelievable. Flawless octaves, crystal clear runs. But listen closely and you realize it's all surface. Impressive execution, limited depth. But here's where it gets tricky. Technical ability doesn't automatically translate to artistry. The best technical freaks understand that technique is a tool, not the goal. The worst ones think that being able to play hard things automatically makes them great musicians. The question is always, what happens when they grow up and their technical advantage disappears? When every professional can play just as fast, what makes them special then? Level 6, the natural. These are the real ones. The kids who don't just play music, they understand it on a level that seems impossible for their age. Clara Schumann was performing professionally at age 9 and composing sophisticated works. By 11, she was touring Europe and Robert Schumann was calling her a genius. Yehudi Menuhin, at age 7, was playing with full orchestras and bringing audiences to tears. When he played the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto at age 11, even Einstein acknowledged his genius. When you hear them, you don't just hear good technique. You hear something that can't be taught, can't be replicated, can't be manufactured. Joey Alexander was improvising complex jazz at age 8. Not just playing jazz standards, actually improvising with harmonic sophistication. Herbie Hancock heard him play and immediately vouched for him. At age 10, Joey was nominated for 2 Grammys. His playing doesn't sound like a kid. It sounds like a 50-year-old jazz veteran. What separates the naturals from the technical freaks is musicality. The naturals hear music the way most people see color. It's intuitive. It's innate. You can't teach it. Level 7, the sustainable talent. This is the rarest type. The child prodigy who actually becomes a successful professional musician. Because here's the dirty secret about child prodigies. Most of them don't make it. This is timeless excellence. In 100 years, when the history of music will be taught in schools, these pianists are going to be the first ones mentioned. Yo-Yo Ma was performing for President Kennedy at age 7. Now he's arguably the greatest cellist of our generation. He didn't just survive being a child prodigy, he transcended it. Yevgeny Kissin was performing Chopin's complete piano concertos at age 12 with the Moscow State Philharmonic. Decades later, he's still one of the top pianists in the world. Consistent excellence for 40+ years. Hilary Hahn started violin at age 3, made her debut with the Baltimore Symphony at age 11. Grammy winner. No scandals, no burnout, just consistent excellence for 3 decades. Midori burst onto the scene at age 11, performing with the New York Philharmonic under Zubin Mehta. She broke 2 violin strings during the performance and just kept playing. Still one of the most respected violinists in the world. Lang Lang started as a child prodigy in China and has sustained a 25-year career at the absolute top of the classical piano world. Joshua Bell was performing with major orchestras at 14, still performing at the highest level decades later. What makes them sustainable? Genuine talent, good parenting that didn't destroy their love of music, mental resilience, and the ability to transition from child prodigy to serious artist without losing their identity. And most importantly, they actually love music. Not the attention, the music itself. That's why they last, because when the novelty wears off, they're still making music because that's what they actually want to do. If you want to understand what real child prodigy talent looks like, don't watch YouTube videos of 5-year-olds playing Chopin. Watch what those kids become at 25. That tells you everything. But if you've been following child prodigies, it's time to find out which type you're rooting for. There are 7 types, and one of them is going to disappoint you. And if you've made it this far, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments if you were a child prodigy and which type you were. The comment section is going to be wild.